In this video, I'm going to compare the Disney animation film Bolt to The Good Dinosaur, one of the Pixar films. I think that Bolt is a good movie. I don't think it's like the best Disney film. I don't think anyone's really going to say that, but to be honest, I don't have very many issues with it. I like the idea that you have this dog who at first thinks he's a superhero because he's living in Hollywood with this girl. He is working on this movie where he's playing a character. The character is a superhero. So the humans are, using all these tricks to make the dog Bolt think that he actually is a superhero, that he actually has powers. So because of that, when Bolt goes out beyond Hollywood, when he goes out and explores the world, he has to learn, oh, I'm not really a superhero. None of that was real. It was trickery. And then by the end, you see that the girl who was with Bolt for a while, who, raised him, actually decides that Bolt's gonna be my pet, not just a action star, not just a Hollywood star, not just a superhero. I really like that growth for a character, to be honest. I like the way Bolt looks, and I think the characters are fun to spend time with. I think that it's just a really good movie. Of course, I don't think it's, as good as Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. It's not like one of the Disney classics, but if I try to think what are problems with it, it's hard to really think of any, to be honest. The other movie, The Good Dinosaur, is one that's kind of similar to Bolt, actually. I've only seen one time. I saw The Good Dinosaur for the first time not long ago. I think within the past year, if I remember right. Brave and the Good Dinosaur, Pixar movies, I actually have only seen once. Watched them for the first time recently, and I think Good Dinosaur isn't a bad movie. I think it's very clearly better than animated films you get from other studios. The Good Dinosaur is clearly better than the Minions standalone film. It's clearly better than some of the DreamWorks films. Just compare it to Ants or Shark Tale or Shrek the Third. Also, it's clearly better than the Smurfs movies from Sony Pictures Animation. It's better than some of the Disney animation films. So it's not like a Pixar dud, but I don't think it's all that interesting, all that memorable, to be honest. I've seen it one time. If I ask myself the question, do I want to rewatch it? It's like, well, not really all that interested in rewatching it. There's a lot of other Pixar films or other animated films in general I'm much more inclined to rewatch. Good Dinosaur just doesn't make that much of an impression. Watching it's like, okay, sure, there are things that work here, but it's not great. It's not like a bad movie. It doesn't make a ton of mistakes, but doesn't really leave all that much of a mark, so I don't have too much to say about it, to be honest. I will say I think that the blend between photorealistic looking backgrounds and cartoonish, unrealistic dinosaurs doesn't work all that well. They're pretty different from each other. Between Bolt and The Good Dinosaur, for me, this one's actually easy. I think Bolt is clearly better than The Good Dinosaur. It's more interesting, I have more to say about it, it leaves more of a mark in my mind. I like that in Bolt you have this cat that ends up being an important part of giving Bolt that reality check that he needed. Let him know, hey, you're not really a dog superhero. You don't really have powers. That was just fake. It was just for a movie. So Bolt transitions over to leading a more humble life than he did previously. I really enjoy that. So yeah, that'll wrap things up for this video. I think Bolt is definitely better. I think it is impressive for Pixar as a studio. They've had almost no misfires. Even films like Monsters University or Finding Dory or Brave or the Good Dinosaur, I don't put in that category of being outright misfires. Don't think they're outright bad. Just, yeah, they don't have the same creativity, inspiration, or heart that other Pixar films have, so just not as interesting. But to be fair, A Good Dinosaur is still certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. The reviews really aren't bad. They're just not fantastic either. But, wrap it up there. Bye, everyone.